bloody thing. There we go. Is that working now? There we go. Finally. For some reason, it didn't see that I had a mic. I mean, that was just a bit, I don't know. That was a bit weird. So anyway, hello, it's Friday and it's time to do a hobby and chill. Yeah. Hi. Hope everyone's well. Hope you had I hope you all had a good week. It's been a weird one. It's been up and down. It's been very wet. A stark contrast to how it was last year. Last year we had endless sunshine and great weather, and now it's all gone. So anyways, I'm experimenting with my setup as well. Yes, classic stream. Thank you very much, Void. Anyway, I'm experimenting with my setup. If you're keeping up with my Instagram, I did post a behind the scenes picture a few days ago showing that I've got now 2 screens, so now I can keep an eye on Streamlabs over there and see everything that I need, and it's all big and bold, and I don't have to keep flipping between that and YouTube. So I got YouTube up, I can see what you're saying in real time, and I can actually react because you know, it doesn't, unless you do some weird login thing every time you go on, you can't react on thingy. So anyways, yeah, if you're not already following me on Instagram, then don't forget, I've got a link in the description below. Hit me up there. I try and keep up to date. Well, I try and keep everyone up to date as often as I can with hobby projects and stuff. But if you got something to share and you want me to see it, then throw down the hashtag THCKev, and then I'll get to see it because I get to check that every day. So, or you could just, you know, PM me, but you know. So anyways, so yeah, I've got the laptop over here set up on a chest of drawers with the camera. I'm using the camera because it's really bad quality close up in poor light, but from a distance it kind of looks okay, right? And I can keep my decent cameras for the other stuff. So hang on, let's just have a quick introduction first. Let's have a look and see who has joined us today. So if you haven't already said hello in the chat, don't be afraid to do so, because don't bite unless you ask us to. So yeah, let's have a look and see. We have Mr. Gary Knox straight in there. We've got Total Nova. We also got Void Captain Bazooka. We also got Lupus Canis, Different Gear TV, Ravensrook Miniatures. Who else have we got going on in there? We've got Boffner as well. We got Nightbot working overtime for some reason. I mean, that's amazing. That never happens. And yeah, that's all the people who's said hello so far. But they, like I said, if you're lurking, just throw a hello quick, and yeah, be good to see you. So let's move on to this. Ooh, okay, so let me just move that. I don't need that. I had to dig that out of the attic. I hadn't used it since I had a proper PC, which was like years ago. But now I've got my old wireless keyboard out. Yeah. So that makes everything so much easier. I've got this here. And also, just for your perusal, yeah, I said that. You know, let's put a half decent Age of Sigmar mini on here, yeah. Right, so hopefully this works. And skadoosh. Oh yeah, that's right. I got myself a lightbox cam. I am hella professional now. So boom. How cool is that? And this is an old mini I did a couple of years back, so you know, you can enjoy that before I start painting up some ghosties. Lovely jubbly. So, actually, you know what? I think it could do with the second light. Let's get the second light on. Whoa, okay. These USB cable things are fiddly as fiddles. That's better. So anyways, before we get painting on the ghosties, this is a nice mini that I did, like I said, a couple of years ago. I got to experiment a bit using the shades. This is way before we had contrast paints. So I used shades and a couple of washes. Well, they were called washes at the time, actually, before they turned into shades. But yeah, that Starbird is, or Star Eagle, is all shades, and then a quick dry brush over it. That's it. And of course, the main chap is just the usual thing with the blue glaze in between. So yeah, that came out real bright, didn't it? All of the lights. Let's take the back one off. Let's see if that makes it better. A little bit. All right. There we go. We got it in focus. Hooray! Anyways, so yeah, there you go. There's me trying to be professional. And it just not working quite right. But you know what? Teething issues and all that. There we go. So anyways, yeah, that's me filling about. So as I always say, thank you so much to everyone who does support the channel, whether that's to buy merch, using the affiliate links, straight up donations or whatever, because without your support, there's no way that I could do all of this. There's no way I could, you know, like have the cameras, have the lights, have all this set up. So I always want to say just a massive thank you to everyone that is, you know, dedicated to supporting the channel. So big love to everyone for that. Anyways, enough of that soppy nonsense. Let's get down to these, shall we? So we are painting some Dreadscythe Harridans, and these are not too bad actually. I kind of like them. They're a bit crazy. So bloop, 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 bloop. Let's get some music on. And let's get to hobbying. So what I need to do, I've already sprayed them Corax white. Okay, so that's already done. I made sure I did it properly all over. No sendable highlights or anything, because I don't want to faff around with that too much. And people who are following my my channel know that I try to stick with the magazine directions, just so you know it doesn't throw people who are new to the thing off, because that's basically what I've been doing, is doing the guides for the newer people in the hobby who are following the magazine. Hey there, Mephos. Hey there, beautiful Mephos. How you doing? Let's shake that Corax white up. It is a beautiful Friday indeed. So everyone in the chat, let me know what you are up to, either today or this weekend, if it's hobby or not. Yeah, just throw down in the chat, man. Just let us know. I want to know. And while you do that, I'll get started on these. Now, you know, as I was saying, what I always do when I spray it, I then go back with the same colour but from the pot and go over it with a watered down layer, so that if I have to touch up any mistakes or whatever, it doesn't look out of place, because the spray is a lot more matte in the finish than the paint from the pot. So It's always good practice to do that. And of course, you know, like if there's any missed areas, you can catch them before you get any paint on there. So it looks like I'm putting it on real thick, but it is watered down. So it's thinned nicely, and all I've got to do is once I put it on the model is just spread it about a bit more. And I'm using a large base just to save time as well. And look how quickly I've covered that. But you know what's great? I'll tell you what. Nighthaunt are pretty good for, you know, like an army that you can get ready real quick. Definitely up there. So, you know, like you only need to pick out the details if you want to. Otherwise, you could paint the whole entire thing like ghostly visage. It's a ghostly visage. Anyways, don't have to be too neat because everything's going to be smothered in Nylock oxide, and then it's all going to be dry brushed afterwards as well. So just got to get it all thickly on there like that. Yeah, lovely. Right, see, and what's great about white as well, I've mentioned it before, is that you can always tell when there's an area you didn't do, because when it's fresh it's super reflective, and then when it dries it dulls down a bit, so you know while you're still painting it on if you've missed a spot or not. It's really handy. So what's everyone working on? Hey Badfish, how you doing, mate? Thanks for joining us. Hope you are well. Let us know what you're up to tonight. What you're looking forward to this weekend. Who we got in there? So someone's doing mushrooms. Painting some pagan miniatures. I got mine yesterday actually, and I'm so excited to start them. Of course I need to clean them, put them together, but what I'm thinking is doing a diorama with them. My first diorama. Heavily inspired by Rich from Spray Black Studios, and from seeing how cheaply it could be done thanks to Luke. Water is not blue, trees are not brown, from Geek Gaming Scenics. So so yeah, can't wait to try that out, and I've got a great idea for it as well. So big massive thank you to Adam from Pagan Minis for sending those out to me as well. You did a massive solid for me, so yeah, I hope you're well, man. I hope you're feeling better, Nikos. Mine is 9 PM to finish, the 3 Oryx to complete. Nice. Working, and then next week redecorating. Oh, tougho. Hey Tyndall, how you doing, man? Got some beers to drink, almost done a Deathwatch Dreadnought, struggling. Get a cheapo Vortex Mini, save that wrist. Ooh. Nah, you know what? It's my exercise, you know. I get very little exercise these days, so I need to. I need to shake. I can't. I get struck off YouTube for that. It was good to see you in the chat, man. And I am so close to getting started on that project that you sent me as well. So massive thank you to you for sending that out. I'm gonna name drop you so heavy in that video. I just got to get to it, and I'm still figuring out how I'm going to paint it as well. So I might have to send you a few messages just to get onto that. Bacon and chicken, nice. Got a mental painting, a million rat tails. Ooh. Good luck with that. Wow. All right. Well, it looks like everyone's busy. That's good. I'm glad everyone's got a bit of hobby to do. I am alcohol free today, but I've got a nice mug of hot tea ready to go right here in my super sexy THC mug. I don't know why it just tastes so much better drinking it out of my own mug. Shill hill. So yeah. Oh, we're also a little channel update as well. We're also getting very close to being able to do memberships and super chats and all that stuff for the channel. So keep up the support, keep watching the videos, keep liking and sharing it, and yeah, I'll be able to start those super awesome extras. I've got some cool ideas in mind as well on how we can make that worth your while as well, as like a little thank you for supporting the channel. Can you believe I've been doing this for 2.5 years now? It's crazy. But I've enjoyed every single moment of it. There's been highs, there's been lows. I wouldn't change any of it, and we've come a long way together as well. So it's as much your channel as it is mine. Not in a legal sense, but just in a spiritual sense, of course. I have to throw that in, otherwise the YouTube lawyers will get a bit antsy. Oh, did anyone check out the playthrough for the new Total Warhammer 3? I thought that was kind of interesting actually. So it's not really spoilers, but they got this new game mode in there where you actually get to take the fight into the realm of chaos, past Norska and Kislev, right? And it's kind of like a little bit of like Tower of Defense, a little bit of survival mode, and it's 100% still Total War, and it looks really interesting. It looks like a real change of pace, especially for those who like to be extra competitive. But yeah, I thought that was really good. I really liked that idea, and it's an interesting way to do it. Instead of your typical you know, claim an area or region and then build up in the area, that wouldn't really work in the realm of chaos. So the fact that they've come up with this solution of how can you go into the chaos wastes and you know, make it an actual believable, playable system without breaking what everyone loves about the game, I think they've done a good deal with it. So yeah, I ain't mad at all. Yes, you have been. You have been indeed. All right, take care, Mr. Tyndall. Hope you're well. I hope you stay well. Hope you have fun. Oh, this music's so reflective. It kind of reminds me of you know, the Disney Pixar movie Soul. Turn it up. Whoa. So chill. There we go. Look at that. Done. Groovy. Alright. So let's give that a real good rinse. And because I'm doing it in a conveyor belt style, you know, hit 1 1 1 1 1, means that by the time I finish doing what I need to do on this one, the first one should be dry. So, and that is what we call batch painting, for those who don't know. Right, now we get the old trusted medium shade brush. I've had this for so long, since this black handle came out years ago. I got this, and it hasn't failed. It's one of the few brushes from Citadel that work so well. I'm a little bit quiet. Oh, okay, sorry. It's because the way I've got the. Let's just turn the gain up a little. There we go. I'll turn down the music a bit. Sorry, it's because I turned the music right up just to, you know, emphasize it a bit. There you go. Hope that's alright. So it all looks interesting, but I'm not sure I'll play survival much. Interesting to see what new factions and map areas are in it. Are we going to see Amazons and Nippon? Amazons will most likely be like one of the DLCs, but we know for a fact that we're going to have the Emperor of Cathay as one of the main factions, along with Kislev. Which, you know, it's about time, right? The map is going to look a lot more crowded now. A lot more room to nudge each other. A lot less room to nudge each other, really. But yeah, no, I think that, you know, they were right to do it in 3 parts, because there was no way they could fit the entirety of all the factions, the lore and everything in one game. It just would have been too much. But what I do like is that we'll also be seeing Ogre Kingdoms eventually, which will open up the entire of the unused bit of map, because there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of the old world that didn't really get explored that much. You had bits and pieces, drip drabbed and dropped here and there, and hinted at, and, you know, characters ended up in some places and did some things, but they always stayed around the old world. So yeah, it was just a case of bleeding corned beef. So yeah, there's lots of potential there. Lots of factions as well, which are, like, you know, very much sort of chaos based. Like, you got a ridiculous amount of tribes that haven't been explored because you know, like the eastern part of the map hasn't really been opened up that much. So it'd be amazing to see it. Right. Anyway, getting distracted. Let me get my trusty blue tack. Slap that down. Booyah. There's the money. Right, so yeah, just whack it all on. Now, people call me crazy for doing it so thickly. They say, you should water it down, man. And I say to them, pish posh. Just make sure you don't leave tide marks. And you're fine. So saying that, this is a little bit thick. So I'll just get a bit of water on there. So I'm just wetting the tip of the brush. And I'm mixing it on the model. There we go. Gonna have to get some no, not Storm Shield. Medium. There we go. Get a little bit of medium. Just a couple of drops of that. Get a real good shake. Beautiful. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Flowing better. Let's make sure we don't miss any bits. Oh yeah. Alright, so here's a little test. How many northern tribes can you name in the chat from the old world? There we go. There's a nice little exercise. A little bit of a nostalgia trip for the old boys in the group. On a knowledge sharing expedition at the moment. Oh, talking about expeditions. Who's been watching Jupiter's Legacy? That's quite a good show. There's a lot more to it than when you first, you know, come to it. Like, the more you watch, the more questions there are. Really intriguing. And it's definitely caught my attention. And it's keeping my attention as well. So, yeah, the writing's not too bad. And once I've finished that, are there any other TV shows I need to look for? So I'm kind of coming to the end of my little list. I know I want to see I still want to see Castlevania Season 4 as well. That's next on my list. The Geordies. It's immediately wrong. No, it's because it thickened a little bit because I'm coming nearer to the end of the pot, so I had to add a little bit of medium to it. But I do like to put it on thickly. Look at that. Smother that bad boy. Or bad gal. Just bad gal, actually. Very naughty girl. That's why Nagash turned you into a blade-wielding maniac. Alright, so so far we got Norska, Varg, Hell something, that doesn't count. Still need to see Castlevania 3, therefore. Ah. Hey, Big Friendly Wargamer, how you doing, man? Hope you're well. I wonder if are you just lurking? If you have Netflix, there are 2 lots of animated Transformer series that are good. I'm all caught up on the Transformer animated series, actually. And I enjoyed them quite a lot. So yeah, no, that's a good shout though. So for anyone in the chat who's in a similar predicament, needs some ideas of what to watch, I would highly recommend watching the Transformer animated series. So yeah, got the old characters in there, which is really cool. It's kind of like a big nostalgia trip for the old Transformer fans, but with updated animation. It's quite good to watch. Oh, that hurts so much. Thank you so much, Void, for making me almost choke on my tea. You are a naughty boy. Thank you very much. Exactly, it was the paint's fault. Nice. Okay. What were you playing the rebooted Warcraft, or were you continuing the stuff? I haven't played Warcraft. Oh man, in a very long time. It got to a point where like it was affecting my social life and my studies and everything. We're looking at almost 10 years ago, man. That's like the longest running MMORPG, isn't it? It's crazy how long that's been going. And once I got out, like I had big time withdrawals, but once I got past that, like I was good as gold, you know. Like I didn't look back twice. But when you're in it, man. It really absorbs you, and they're really clever on how to get you invested, because you know all the resource management and everything like that. Everything takes so long to do, so you know you're grinding a lot to get anything done. I can only imagine what the newer expansions must be like. But yeah, I got out just after, is it Burning Legions, or was it I think it was like the 3rd or 4th expansion I got out after that. Kind of coincide with moving out as well. So, you know, we were all, my mum, my brother and I were sharing the same account. Yeah, that's right. My mum was heavily involved in that game. And we just had that one PC. everyone used, so we had to take turns, which helped actually with not being on it all the time. But when I started college, because I didn't have a strict timetable like I did in high school, you know, like I stayed up a lot more to play it, and just, you know, say to mum, yeah, I'm studying, you know, and all that stuff. Let's have a look. Why do you and Kiara got to keep streaming at the same time? Tell her, man. Tell her. She can stream anytime and people will watch, right? I need the views. I can't compete with Kiara because she is a good streamer. She's a good content creator, you know. What can I do, man? Like, literally, Ollie's channel would be nothing if she didn't help out. Big love to you though, Ollie. Like, I like your stuff, but you know, let's face it, she's the star of the show. Let's have a look. Yeah, full of Cybertron, War of Cybertron stuff is brutal. Oh no. Well, stick it in a hot wash, I'm sure you'll be fine. I lost 11 years to EQ. Oof. Yikes. 17 years? No freaking way. Oh, well, after they added the not Kung Fu Panda, Kung Fu Pandas. Like, everyone ripped that off. Even Pokemon ripped that off, didn't they? Man. Alright. Let's just quickly skim this. The game has helped me get out of debt. The £10 a month was all the money I had to spend on myself for about 4 years. Oof. Fair enough, man. Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah, I got out just after that. It didn't help that, like, literally 3 months after moving out, our account got hacked and everything was just missing, and it sucked because I had this awesome. I had 2 dwarf characters, right? I had one called Grombradil, which is the, you know, original name of the White Dwarf, and he was a hammer and shield paladin, because, you know, like the White Dwarf, he's got his little tankard that helps heal troops and boost. No, Bugman has that, but you know, like, he helps boost morale and stuff, so it was kind of like that effect. And then I had a Slayer called Snorri, who ran around with akimbo weapons. But no, he wasn't called Snorri. No, because I couldn't use Snorri. I called him Nosebiter because that was Snorri's name. Snorri Nosebiter. He was tough, man. He was such a hard hitter. He would take out things that were like 6-7 levels ahead. It was crazy, man. You have a good night, Gary. Yeah, we were. I was surprised you stuck around this long, mate. Because you know, you have quite an early night, don't you? Yeah. Either that or you're off to watch Kiara. I don't mind. Don't have to lie about it, bruv. I ain't jaded if you want to watch someone else. Have your fingers dipped in different pies at the same time. That's fine, man. That's fine. Oh dear. So what is everyone expecting from AOS 3.0? They've already confirmed that they're still holding on to the turn-based, you know, like rolling for priority stuff, which I think's good, because that helps make the game distinct from 40k. And like I've said it before, because Age of Sigmar is more melee and magic heavy than it is shooting heavy like 40k. Having priority rolls and that works better because you're not going all out. Knowing that you're going to be first in the next round, you know, like you have to be tactical about it. You have to think ahead. You have to think, right, if I commit now, is it a gamble or should I hold back? See what happens, you know, that sort of thing. And it can really affect your gameplay in so many ways. Makes the game a little bit unpredictable, and you know, the best generals in history have had to deal with the unpredictability of war. So your chance to adapt to your changing circumstances, react to where you can, and plan ahead. And I love it. It's a nice little thing that sort of got brought over from the Lord of the Rings game system. It really helped with that. Wow, nice. You're expecting more Stormcast. Well, we already know we're going to get more Stormcast. I'm not going to lie though, they do look really nice. The streamlined armor, the chunky dudes still look chunky, and it's a nice refined sort of design, you know, and they put a decent narrative to it as well. They've built the narrative up so that they can say, right, this is why we're changing what they look a bit, but it won't null and void your existing collections, you know. I don't know how many editions of Age of Sigmar they're going to be able to pull off with like a new chamber of Stormcast. I really don't know how long they're going to keep that up, because the first iteration, okay, was, you know, like, you know, stuff's gone down. The Mortal Realms has been lost to the Chaos Gods. Right, Sigmar is stewing. He needs a way of fighting back, so he just hammers out these brutes that he can just, you know, keep reforging and keep sending back. Right, the blunt instrument that he needed to reclaim territory and get a footing back in the Mortal Realms to keep the fight going. Fine. Then the second iteration of them was an expansion upon them. You know, we got dragons, big and small. Awesome, cool. That's awesome. We like that. Then they had the Necroquake, and then boom. Yeah, Nagash did something bad, but it kind of paid off for him because now he's got the Nighthaunt as a thing. Right, cool. So of course, Sigma needs something to fight them off. So he opens up these chambers of magic wielding warrior monk things. And we got a new beast mode of those. Oh no, I skipped over the scouty types, didn't I? Yeah, all the Vanguard stuff came out after the dragons, didn't it? And that was to combat the realm of beasts and stuff. They needed hunters and stuff like that, you know, to go through the woodlands and stuff, help the Sylvaneth fight off Nurgle and all that stuff. Right, cool. And then they did Necroquake, and then they had, you know, the Sequitors and all those magic wielding stuff, and then they got some weird creatures to throw in as well, some weird magic users. And now they're at it again. They're like, okay, so spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't know, cover your ears, but basically Bellicor, he was behind all of the well, not all of, but a lot of the shenanigans going on in Shattered Realms, and basically he's tried to make it as hard as possible for Sigma to regain the souls. So the narrative reason why their armor looks different is because they needed a new way to get past this sort of magical veil that Bellicor had put over the mortal realms, that sort of traps the souls or slows them down from returning to Azir. So they got new armor that helps them get there, and it explodes with magical energy to help really shoot their souls back up through that fog. Okay, right, so they got new narrative for that. Cool. But I'll tell you what, they could have written any kind of dog poo narrative and I wouldn't care, because the new minis look really good. Halflings crossed with hobgoblins. Interesting. I mean, you know what? Ever since Silver Tower, I've been expecting them to do something with the Scuttlings. Remember the Scuttlings were those little night goblin things, but they had 6 legs. Well, 6 limbs. No, they didn't. They had 8 limbs. They had like 6 legs. Or did they have? I can't bloody remember. Hang on, let me have a look. Grot Scuttlings. There we go. It's been a while since I looked at them. Let's have a look. See. No, yeah, they had 6 limbs. They had 4 legs and 2 arms. Right. Oops. Let's zoom in a bit more. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I didn't imagine it. Okay, right. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't miscounting. So, yeah, they were kind of like almost like spiders, but they had 6 appendages rather than 8. So, oh, it's still wet. Need to wait for that to dry before I can do the dry brush. So I've been dying to see if they start a new faction for them, especially after the success of the Gloomspite Gits. I'm surprised they didn't add to them. To, you know, so who knows? But apparently there's been lots of hints in some of the cards from Diachasm, the 3rd season of Warhammer Underworlds. some little illustrations to here and there. So we'll see what it comes out as. It'd be interesting to see who the protagonists are. Hobgoblins. Hobgoblins. They have done 9 editions of 40k with Space Marines. That's true. That is true. And each time they've expanded them slightly, haven't they? I wonder if at some point some of the Stormcast will fall to chaos. I mean, there is room in the lore for that. Where they start losing themselves and they start just becoming pure killing machines. So whether or not the brainwashing of Sigma wears off and they get tainted, who knows? The new minis do look, yeah, they do look good. The goblins had joined with the spiders. Yeah, it's a bit weird, wasn't it? I think it's a great time for me to be starting stuff. Yeah, yeah, man, go for it. Gobrooks. Interesting name. Alright. Come on, dry. While it's drying, you might as well just look at my face. Right, I've finished my tea. Got a big old mug skull of brain juice, aka water. I also got a little chocolate snack. It's got a pretzel in the middle. It's a chocolate bar with Reese's Pieces on it. I love it. Nom 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 nom. I'm a product tester for my wife's business. Goblins and orcs, I get ya. Ah, thank you. I try my utmost least amount of effort to keep this as it is. Right. So I wonder if while this is drying, let's just see if there's anything in the Warhammer community, because I haven't actually. Whoa. There we go. That was a bit big. That's what she said. So let's have a look ski and see ski if there's anything on about. Okay, so now they've got a oh, you know what? Why don't we do it? Why don't we do this? Articles. Cool. Get rid of that. Don't need that. There we go. Right, so here we go. What we got here? They've put up a new web page for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. There's a new dawn for the mortal realms, and it says something big is on its way, and it's live in just under 15 days, so just over 2 weeks. In the aftermath of the Necroquake and the Broken Realms, what bold new era awaits? Sign up to a newsletter to find out. And get an exclusive peek at an all-new threat to the mortal realms. Ooh, okay. You know what? I do like the trailer's kind of cool. Right, they're going full out on the effects. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. It's like, why? What's even the point? They didn't even bother putting the teaser trailer that they got up on YouTube. Why? Why would you do that? What's the point? Who knows? But anyways, Brain Soup, Lining Indiana Jones, and the Temple of Doom. Probably. I don't know. Yeah, man. Well, you know, like people always say, "Oh, you know, I don't like hearing you eat." But it's like, bruv, I get peckish, man. Oh, I just noticed this pretzel on it is a caramel coated pretzel. Yeah. Mm. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. So anyways, yeah. What a load of rubbish, basically. Absolute load of rubbish. And never mind. We will live for it. Alright, so let's get back to it, shall we? It should be dry now. Should be. Yes, it is. Alright, so trusty dry brush. And I get my Corex white again. I smudge on the palette. And get the worst of it off on the kitchen paper. And of course the old knuckle test. No streaks, it's just powdering. Then we get going. I love the way dry brushing just gets the edges of the details. Just picks it out. It's kind of like magic. There we go. You know, I just remembered there was no reason to do the hair whatsoever in the lilac oxide. Gonna be painting that black anyway. Ah well, never mind. I'll just avoid doing the dry brush. No, you know what? I am gonna dry brush, because then what I do is I water down the Abaddon black ever so slightly, and it gives me a natural highlight then. It's a little hobby cheat that I do. So how's everyone's hobby getting on? You making any progress? Let us know in the chat below. Alright, see you, Nova. Yeah, I'll see you Monday, man. Thanks for stopping by. You have a good night. Yeah, non-stop wargaming. That's right, man. Just finished a chicken thigh. Ooh. Non-stop tasty. There we go. So you know what? The craving, I know a lot of people are not affected by this too much. But the craving to just go and have a pint at the pub has really started to hit me lately. I still haven't gone. And you know, like I'm not a big pub goer anyway, but I like once in a while just going there, having a meal and a pint, you know, just for the atmosphere. But it'd be like once in a blue moon sort of thing. And I don't know why, but lately that's really been sort of hitting me. And of course, I've got to wait a little while because the wife's starting a business and everything. We're both busy and cash stricken, so I'm sort of saving up for date night where we could go out and have a nice quiet meal without the kids screaming and trying to climb on everything, which would be absolutely amazing because we haven't had one of those in a very long time. Yeah, I really, it's weird. Though to be honest, like I said, I'm not a big drinker. Like, it's very rare I even buy a drink to have at home. You know, like I don't have a case of beer. I got a couple of open bottles of spirits, like anyone normally does, or you know, on top of the fridge, but I very rarely ever touch it. Shame because I got some nice rum and bourbon up there. That's just collecting dust. I just don't feel the needs to drink while I'm at home. But yeah, it's just something about the atmosphere of the pub, you know. Especially when you got like one of those really big. That's another thing that that's true, different gear. But that's another thing though that I'll like. It's the food, like it's so outrageous. Like the portions are usually crazy. The food is stuff that you wouldn't really necessarily cook at home. It's just like prop over the top, and I love going for the biggest, dirtiest, greasiest burger with all of the extras. Because you know, if you're gonna treat yourself, you got to treat yourself, you know. But yeah, I don't know. That's my favourite bit, really. Having a pint with it is you know, coincidental. You never drink, Boffnet? Ever? Not even special occasions? What if someone was like making a toast at a wedding? Would you sip some champagne then? I think I could go a little bit heavier with the dry brush. So always start off lighter and then I just build it up. If I feel like I need more on there, pick out the details a bit more. There we go. You miss drinking. Like I said, it's not really the drinking that I miss. It's just, like I said, it's just the atmosphere, sitting in a pub with a big, dirty, greasy burger, the chunkiest of chunky chips, big pile of onion rings as well, and you just gorge yourself on it with a nice pint. Beats ordering in a KFC by a million miles. And that's one of the reasons why I can't wait for ChillCon. It'll be nice to have an excuse to go up north, meet all my fellow chilling Wargamers, content creators, just you know, have a bit of face-to-face interaction, because it's one thing to hang out online, but when you've only ever hung out online, you know, you still feel a bit disconnected. You don't feel as close as, you know, if you met up a few times. So and like none of my my fellow content creators are, you know, close enough that I can get public transport, because you know, like at the moment I don't have a car. Like, can't trust getting another car because it just bloody die on me. But it would really be nice. Have everyone together, hang out, a little chilling chat, have a few drinks, have a laugh, maybe play some games. He's sounding like a real soppy git now. So at odds with the music, right? I don't know why. A bit of metal just brings out the soft guy in me. Strictly religious and never ever drink. Oh, okay. Fair enough, man. You ain't the one to tell me that, Mr. Void. I'll tell you whether or not I can rock the free-willed Reliant Robin in the hilliest of hill places, where literally just the slightest turn while facing downhill will have your car tumble and roll. I'm not even kidding anyway, by the way. Literally, if you got Google Maps, right, search High Wycombe and have a look at the topography. What is it? Topography. It is topography, right? Where you get to see the it shows you like how high and low areas are, right? And you'll see how stark most of High Wycombe is. It's ridiculous. There isn't a single flat bit of ground in the entire place. I guess that's why it was the most ideal place to set up to set up chair factories. There you go. Little bit of trivia about High Wycombe. During the great heights of the British Empire, High Wycombe was Britain's #1 chair manufacturing destination. Literally, most of the chairs were made in High Wycombe. Why? I don't know. But everyone just decided it was a good place. They even got a chair museum. I've never been, because I'm not paying those prices to go into a museum about chairs. But yeah, that's its call to fame. Oh, and the Hellfire Caves as well, which are, you know, kind of cool. Again, I haven't been in them. Apparently they're kind of cool. But yeah, it's so funny. It's like got a museum, a chair making museum, no less. And it's not cheap either. It's crazy how much it costs to get in. The eyes that have... No, it's not that bad round here. How can we all be lazy bastards if we if we're all living on hills that are like that, and the town is at the bottom of the valley? It's a literal hike from the town centre to get to anywhere in High Wycombe. Anyone who's been anywhere outside of the town centre will be able to tell you that. And I grew up in Norfolk, right, which is a relatively flat area in West London. And the worst it ever got was when we went up to Harrow. Then it started to get real hilly. Okay. But that's nothing compared to out here, man. At least I'm getting my cardio. It's doing nothing for my knees though. My knees are shot. But hey, at least I'm getting a good cardio. I won't be able to walk anywhere in 10 years. Because my knees would have had to be replaced. But boy, do I enjoy those walks. So one benefit of where I live is I'm sort of just I'm in a weird place, like depending on whereabouts in the High Wycombe district that you are will depend on how close you are to actual countryside. Like there's some really heavily suburban areas, and then you got areas like mine which is kind of like poshish sort of suburban, and it's right on the doorstep to woodlands and nature trails and farms and stuff like that. I can literally just go out my door, walk left 10 feet, and I'm in woodlands. And then I break out of the woodlands after 200 yards, cross the road, back into woodlands or on some farm fields. And I can go for like a little walk with the boys. And we can go see cows, we can see horses. And there's some nice vantage points as well where you can see the entirety of the valley. It looks really nice. So in that regard, quite lucky, but the buses are rubbish. The hills are rubbish. Though they have got a new restaurant that's just opened up in town called Roberto's. Looks really nice. Very busy, very popular. And there's a lot of there's been a lot of retail space that's been open for a while. Sorry, that's been closed for a while, even before the pandemic. And a lot of it's getting revamped at the moment. And there's some really nice shops coming in, which is cool. It's nice to see new life in the high street, because the high street looked half dead for a while, in all honesty. And I know there's a lot of towns out there who probably have been going through a similar thing. But yeah, it's nice seeing people about again. More furniture knowledge from Kev. I get. Yes, that is me. Alright. Right, so this is what they look after an hour of getting distracted and chatting nonsense. Let's put that bad boy over there. Ugh. What happened there? I have no idea what happened there. Thanks for sticking around. Oh, no, not that one. Where is it? There we go. Apparently, it disconnected. Sorry about that. So that's too bright for the ladies, because there's such a pale... There you go. So that's what they look like, literally just with the lilac oxide and quick dry brush. So nothing too spectacular, but I mean, they'd be pretty good as is on the table. go. So yeah, and now we've just got to pick out a couple of the details. Did you sit on the cable? No, it just, for some reason, the program froze and it disconnected. So it was a bit odd. But yeah, I mean, they look alright, don't they? Oh, there we go. So yes, let's bring them back over here and let's finish them off. And do bases, yeah. Alright, so next up is to use Abaddon Black. Now in the book it does say paint this cloth bit up here in Kantar Blue first, but I want to do the hair first because then if I spill over onto the cloth it'll be covered up by the Abaddon Black. So just crack this out. Just wet the brush. And then there we go. Add a bit of water. Like I said, I'm going to use the fact that I've dry brushed it as like an almost natural highlight. And not really use the black as a glaze, but just thin it enough that it should show through. But still be solid enough colour. Like that. And that saves having to do any highlights later on. See? Not bad. Not bad. So it's almost like a glaze, but it's thick enough that it's not, you know, almost like a contrast paint even. With the viscosity. There we go. Can't believe one of the kids is still awake. Little sods, they're going to be absolutely cream crackered tomorrow. So it is our oldest son's 4th birthday on Tuesday. But what we're doing is this weekend we're going to see some family. You know, socially distanced and out in the open and all that nonsense. But it'd be nice to because we can't do it next week because of course he's got school and everything. But yeah, just be nice to see family because we haven't seen them in a little while. Yeah, my side of the family. And of course they still got stuff from Easter waiting for them, like Easter eggs and treats and stuff. So yeah, it's been a long pause. Because the last time they saw any of my family was, you know, apart from online, was just before the second lockdown. Second or third lockdown, you know, like the lockdown just after just before Christmas and over Christmas. So, whoa. Oh, Wirebird with the spice. That's harsh. And do the... There we go. See, look. Oh, here we go. Look, it's already started to dry. And you can see, look at that highlighting. Already done. No pressure whatsoever. Easy peasy, right? It's just got to be as neat as possible when it gets to the skull. And there's flowers to be picked out in a moment as well. So, but because of the colour, and they're getting picked out with dryad bark, as per the guide. So I will need to have them painted in black anyway, because dryad bark isn't the strongest of base colours. It's nice, it's good, does its job, but you know, like some base colours are really heavy pigment sort of colours that you can paint over a lighter base coat and they will hold up to it, but there are some which they're already pale anyway, so when they go on a pale base coat it seems to sort of wash them out a bit. Dryad bark is unfortunately one of those colours, but it's okay because I'm gonna have to paint all this hair back anyway. So, like that. So who is staying up to watch the Frost and Fish show tonight? As I said, I've got a very busy day tomorrow. And I'm going to be away for the weekend. So I'm not going to be able to catch up with it. But, until after that. And I know Mythos will be awake for it because it's his show. But I know there's one or two of you scoundrels in the chat who are up that late. Got church in the morning. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough, dude. Let's change it now. Let's change it up a bit. Let's just go for random. Yeah, that's it. We're going for random. I feel like I'm dyeing her hair. You know, like I'm the hairstylist, and it's alright, lovely. Yeah, let's just get some colour in there. Oh, I don't want colour. I want to go black at midnight. Yeah, cover up those greys. Oh, okay. But I used the cheap box stuff. It doesn't quite cover up the greys. And then she gets caught in a car accident on the same day. Wants me. Comes back and stabs me with one of these claw hands. You dyed my hair with box dye and now I had to dye with poor hair. Ah, I'll have my revenge. Stab, stab, stab. Thank you very much, lovely. Oh, yeah, Lupus Canis. He's the right night lark, aren't you? I'm gonna have to get a boon, I swear, because this is... It wobbles so much. I don't think it helps that it's attached to the desk that I'm leaning on. I'll make it wobble any time of the day. Here we go. There's another hobby sheet from the hobby corner. So yeah, I need some creative input. I know we dabbled this a little while ago, but if I was to start memberships, what name would we give members? Would you be fellow corner hobbyists, corner hobberites, just like the timeout gang? Because you know you get sent to the corner, the naughty corner on the timeout. Yeah, if you got any ideas on that, just let me know, man, because I am open for suggestions. This is really trippy, me, actually, by the way. Cornucopia. Kev Spinmen. Yeah! But I feel like anyone who became a member, like, after, or even discovered the show after that show, rather than before that show, won't really know what the heck is going on. Because they would have missed the bin shenanigans. The bin talk, the trash talk, so to speak. Aye. Oof. Wee. Look at that. You know what? This is like the neatest I've ever been, but watch how I'll get proper sloppy when I put on the blue. But that's another reason why I'm doing the Abaddon Black before I do the blue, is so that the Abaddon Black is 100% dry before I get around to the Dryad bark to pick out those flowers. So. Oh yeah. This looks good. You're like the Hulkster, Kevomaniacs. A Hulkster? Really? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Could just call you Kev Slot. Or the Kev Gang. Alright, Kev Slot. How you doing? Right, so I'm going to do a similar treatment to the Kantar Blue that I did with the Abaddon Black. But I won't need to thin it as much because it's not as dark. But it should pay off. If not, I can always go back over it with a darker one. Kev's Corner Goblins. Ooh, okay. I feel like I don't do enough greenskin content to sort of call people goblins, but I feel where you're going with that. Yeah, like you see, the highlight underneath the dry brush is showing through. That's exactly what we want. So now we've got a free highlight. Easy peasy, lemon chill. Easy peasy, lemon chill. The Kev Marines. Yeah! Oh no, why didn't I think of that one? Oh, Mythos. Hailing back, way back when I was telling everyone about my my old homebrew chapter called the Kev Marines, which was just like a bunch of outcasts who got kicked out for being totally useless, and they were all from different chapters, but they had the smiley face stamped over their original chapter insignia. And I like the worst army of Space Marines like you ever saw. They didn't have all the staples that you needed. It was just mostly tactical Marines with a hodgepodge, very small Devastator squad made up of random bits and pieces, like ancient plastic Terminators, and only 5 of them. And like the unit of Terminators would literally have the chapter master and the chaplain in there as well, and they didn't have Terminator armor, but they were like count as having Terminator armor. So it was a squad of 7 that would jump in the thing, and they only had like what was it? It was Stormbolters and Power Fists, with one of them having a heavy flamer. And I would just deep strike them in and then just charge them in and get all the buffs from the chaplain and the chapter master. It was ridiculously bad. And like I even had a unit of 5, not 10, a unit of 5 assault marines. Like they could do much, but like they hit really hard on the charge, and they would have been so much better if they were a unit of 10. Again, scouts. I put scouts in my army, but I had a unit of 7. A unit of 7, right? For no reason. But there were the 5 old metal ones with the bolt pistol and hand weapon. So they all got 3 attacks on the charge, and they snuck out of wherever, which was cool. Yeah, they wrecked. Like, it was so funny. And they would have these 2 extra dudes who weren't even proper scouts, right? They were actually Imperial Guard snipers, but it was just like, yeah, they count as. And the dreadnought. Don't even get me wrong. Oh my days. I did not know what I was doing when I built that dreadnought. Okay. I had that dreadnought before I even had a codex, right? And I just built what I thought was cool. So I put on a twin link las cannon and the big old power fist with the storm bolter on it, right? And of course, a lot of you in the chat go, "What? You mixed melee with ranged? What were you doing?" I know, it was crazy. And then, like, just for lols, I covered it in lots of green stuff, tentacles and like random heads from spare Imperial Guardsmen, just like coming out of these weird flesh spots. And it was like, oh no, it's kind of tainted by the warp, but it's not chaos. It still fights for the Emperor. I eventually stripped it, but I had one person panic because I had the autocannon in my bits box, and I used it. No word of a lie. I used it as base decoration, as base terrain for a scarab swarm for my Necrons. I like broke it in half, dented the heck out of it, put some scarabs on it, and it made some of the more like serious wargamers in the club just like almost faint. And I was like, what did I do? And they're like, dude, if you didn't want that, you could have easily sold that on. Like, people want that as a spare. I was like, oh well. Oh man, I'll get them out one day, right? And some of them got repainted because I had like a little burst of I want to get back into them and make them more serious. And that happened around, I think it was 6th edition. I think it was when they had the Dark Angels and the Chaos Marines in the starter set. That went on for 2 editions. So I repainted some of them, but yeah, it pretty much stayed as Kev Marines, you know. I had so much fun with those. I did strip a lot of the metal minis actually, and with the intent of going back and doing them again. But I got distracted, as you do. As you do. I think I got more involved in my Necrons then, because the Necrons got their big boost, and that was when you got the flyer, the Dreadscythe / Night Scythe thing, the Doom Cannon thing, all the Tesseract stuff and Tesla stuff that came out, all that cool stuff. So yeah, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh no. Hey Dicey Guy, how's it going, man? Hello and welcome. Hope you're well. Kev's Dirty Marines, yeah. That should be the name. Yeah, you know what? I think it should be. Alright, let's have a look. See, is there anything on my end that's going wrong? No? You're saying quality's good? My CPU usage is actually less than 40%. That's pretty impressive considering what I've got running all at the same time. So it must be YouTube's end that's going a bit awry. Anyway, man, I hope you're well, Mr. Dicey Guy. What are you up to tonight? What have you been working on? Did you have your show today, or were you watching someone else? I do try and keep up with your stuff. But I've, you know, like over the past year, there's been so many new content creators just starting up and getting involved. It's getting harder and harder to keep up. It's crazy. I actually found out Squidmar is just celebrating his 2-year anniversary. Just celebrating his 2-year anniversary, right? And that dude is already bigger than most YouTubers. It's crazy. But he's such a nice guy, and his content is just amazing. So I can see why. But damn, goes to, you know, he just there's so many examples of how, you know, like with the right dedication and personality, you can really make it on YouTube. He's got his own brush range now. That's mad. Still painting on Resident Evil 2 board game. Yeah, man, with the weird giant walking like angry vagina thing. Just messed up Sergeant face I was working on and had to dunk it in the chemical. Oh no! Oh mate, you should just spray black and start again. I have no regrets for that one. It's just a shame Rich isn't here to enjoy that barb. Oh dear. Can't believe it, mate. Why would you just dunk it in a chemical bath? That's just mad. Didn't, like, if you screwed it up, why don't you just get a wet brush to it? That's what I do. If I make a mistake, I get the wet brush out and I just furiously wipe away paint with that wet brush. But then again, you know, like it shows on my work, really, to be honest. Right, just gotta get that little corner bit there. There we go. It's a good thing this brush holds its point well. There we go. Look at that. Easy peasy. Right, and we're almost done with these. Ah, look at that. After the strip, I'll be spraying it black to start again. And oh, wrong channel, man. Wrong channel. Looking at the teeth edge right up. Ooh. Excuse me. A bit more water. Oh, I get yeah. No, autocorrect, didn't it? You didn't say you didn't mean to say veg. You meant veg. I got ya. Yeah, use an use an electric toothbrush on it. I'm sure it'll cheer it up. Yeah. I had it exactly where I was happy with it, but didn't realise I wasn't fully dry. I realised the head was still loose, so I went to glue it in place, tore the paint, and left it. Ah, no. Yeah, you can't fix that one. Oh, mate. Everyone in the chat, throw down an F for my brother, Mythos. Like, let's show some solidarity there. See, a lot of people is complaining on his brush. Yeah. I don't know, I haven't tried his brushes, so I don't know. For solidarity, man. For solidarity. There you go. Right, last bit. It's picking out the flowers with the dry bark. And then that will be these Harridans that you get from issue 21. Painted to the standard of issue 21. Booyah. Again, just thin it a little bit. We'll benefit from those highlights. Don't ask me why the flowers are painted in brown. No idea. We've got to try and get those leaves as well. I'm sure it will make sense later on. I haven't really looked ahead in the paint schemes to see where it goes. There we go. Wouldn't it be amazing though? Like, I'll actually get a painting project done on a live stream for once, you know. Almost to the I'm almost at the same level as Mr. Pickle now. This is some funky tunes, by the way. Really love that. Call him John Travolta face off. Ooh. It is hard to paint in chat. It really is. It's an art form almost, really. Like you have to pull yourself away from the chat to get the painting done. You don't want anyone to feel like they're being ignored or left out. Luckily, I don't have a large enough audience where like it's just whizzing past constantly, you know. Yeah, exactly. That's why I feel it for some of the larger streamers, you know, where they got to keep up. But you know, with like super chats and stuff, there's an easy way for people to get their message recognized more than anyone else. So kind of benefits everyone. Almost done. Now I have to stay strict with the time that I finish tonight, because the missus needs access to this office so she can get some of her stuff done for her business. She's got to get some parceling done, get some products made, because we've got to send a lot of stuff off tomorrow. So as I said, we're away for the weekend, visiting family. So I've got to be a good boy. Whoosh. I have to say, you know, like for the longest time I put off doing live streams because I wasn't really comfortable, and like I didn't think I would be able to do it. But you know what, I highly recommend it to any content creators out there. Give it a try. It's a completely different feeling being able to hang out with people who follow your channel, have like live feedback from them as well, and you could just like literally just hang out, have a chat about nonsense, about hobby, about whatever you want, get some hobby done as well, get a bit of banter. It's great. You know, you don't really get that with videos. Plus, I ain't gonna lie, I struggle with videos because I'm constantly finding more things to add to it or to change about it than I do actually getting it done, which is a massive pain, really. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna have to start getting someone to help moderate in the chat as well, because it's a tough thing to do. So if anyone wants to be a mod, let's throw it out there. Alright, let's have a look, see. So this is what they look like after you've done the paint job for issue 21. So they're exactly the same as the other 5 that you got in issue 17, I think it was. Oh. But yeah, the doing the dry brush over the entire thing and then putting the Abaddon black, the Dryad bark, and the Kantar blue down thinly helps give that quick little highlight to them, so they don't look too blocked and sort of plain and flat when you got them on the board, until you know you get to the later issues and you start adding more colors to them or doing more things with them. So yeah, it's cool stuff. Let's get the, see if a little backlight will help with them. I don't know. But yeah, that's one issue of painting done in an evening. Chill and chat, Friday night, sorted. I can't find the old Void. I can't find the old. They got to have eyes on it. It really doesn't help with, does it really? Nah, without the light, sod it. Don't need it. There we go. Thank you. It was the cheapest one, and look, I actually have a base stuck to it because it lights up. Look. It's got a mirror on it, and it's kind of like for you get those printed, those laser printed like glass cubes or something with the design in it. You'd stick it on there, wouldn't you? But I have to stick a large base on it, otherwise I can't. You don't really see the paint job that well with all the different colours coming in. But yeah, got a little disco going on, right? I'm gonna get some music on. Oh, dear. So there we go. So that's it. Spoopy. Yeah, it looks all right actually on the live stream, but like I said, I have to stick the base onto it for when I do like the actual videos. Otherwise, you're not going to get a good look at the paint job, to be honest. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice with this setup because now I've got space for the laptop, which means I can use its subpar built-in webcam, but it means like you can kind of get a good enough look at me, and when it's shrunk down to a little thing, it doesn't really matter, and it's freed up that my manual zoom focus cam to have this light box up, which is something I wanted to do for a while, just so I can properly show off what I'm doing, or certain techniques, because putting it under this one, because it is an autofocus, it does like go blub 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 a lot, and sometimes you can't get the right light on it because of the light balancing and stuff like that. So yeah, how professional am I now? So there's a little behind the scenes stuff there for you guys, a little freebie. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, hanging out with me and getting some hobby done. Can't believe I actually finished a project on stream. Better stop there, otherwise I'll start a trend. As always, all my social media links are in the description below, so if you want to keep up to date on what I'm working on, or if I'm delayed or whatever, just boom, hit me up on there. You got Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, so you got your choice of poison there. Also, there are plenty of links to amazing Facebook groups as well. I always suggest checking out the Chilling Wargamers because it's an amazing community of content creators and hobby enthusiasts mixing together, gelling ideas and just having a good time. So go check that out, especially the Discord as well. And if you're feeling extra charitable, don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, the bell icon next to it as well, so you get notified on every single upload, live stream, which is on every Monday at 8:30 and Friday at 8. And oh, that's GMT, by the way. And don't forget to hit that like button as well. Share the video to who you think might help benefit from a little chill session, or even just the handy painting tips that I just throw out there as well. And if you are super generous and an absolute legend, and you've got the biggest cojones going, then you know there are ways of supporting the channel. There are links down below to do that. You could toss a coin to your Kev in the corner. Or you can go get your hobby supplies from the Element Games link as well. Get yourself a good discount. Enter the code that's supplied there as well. You get yourself bonus reward points, which means more free paint or dice or brushes. So that's a win-win. And of course, if you want to get yourself some more Forbidden Planet magazines, then you can buy or pre-order whichever ones you want from that link to Forbidden Planet. And again, you get a little help from that. And you save 50p on each issue, so it's well worth it. So thank you again for hanging out. Thank you again to everyone in the chat for hanging around. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, Monday, 8:30 PM GMT, gonna do our Flesh Eater Courts playthrough. Peace. He is as well. Can you hear me just swaying to the music? Always a professional. Big love to you all. Much love, much love.